Pilatus Porter PC6 is surely the ugly duckling of aviation, but it has a legendary reputation for short takeoff and landing performance. This model by ArtTech from HobbyKing is an electric plug-and-play foamy with 1700mm wings, some nice scale detail, a bomb bay door and a glider tow release. The kit went together well, but the ESC died somewhere between the bench testing and the flying field. After swapping one from another model, the first takeoff went quite well. Just a few wiggles to get used to the elevator. The motor is a 4212 700 kV with a 40 amp ESC driving a 12x6 prop. ArtTech suggests a 3000 mAh 4S battery, but I fitted the Turnigy 4S30C 3300 recommended by HobbyKing. That battery is a little large and needs to be pushed back as far as possible to get the recommended CG. A couple of clicks of Aileron was the only trim required. The ailerons are surprisingly touchy for a large high-wing model. A little exponential on all the surfaces might have been a good idea for the maiden flight. Conditions weren't exactly ideal for a maiden flight. The wind was gusting to about 10 knots ahead of an approaching storm front. Initially I set the flaps to come down about 60 degrees. It ballooned pretty strongly when they came down, but it settled into stable flight. The first landing was a little lumpy, but everything survived in one piece. The wind moved just before the second flight, so I ended up with a downwind takeoff and nearly gave cameraman Mike a haircut.
Too quick for me.
It flies well at about 40% throttle, so you could easily get away with a 3S battery if you like scale style flying. A 4S will give you the grunt for glider towing or longer flights if you take it easy on the throttle. For the second landing I set the flaps at about 75 degrees and it landed very gently into the wind with almost no throttle. I tried a third takeoff with the flaps down.
Wow.
It needed a bit more power but leapt off the runway in a few metres in true Porter style. The final approach to land was pretty rough as the wind was gusting up ahead of the storm. I hit a couple of nasty bumps just before touchdown, but the solid aileron response saved me just in time. All up, it's a nicely built model with true to life looks and performance, plus the added ability of a low cost glider tug.